Hello, my name is Brooke Ibarguen, and for this film project, I'm doing it over Winnie the Pooh. So, the character I'm describing today is Winnie the Pooh. He is from the movie Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. The culture of this movie is a mixture of British literary tradition, past nostalgia, and childhood innocence. So with this, the setting is very whimsical. It's full of bridges and rivers and just colorful scenery. This is the setting because it's trying to reenact something like a childhood imagination. So, the diagnosis I'm giving Winnie the Pooh is ADHD and binge eating disorder. An individual watches Winnie the Pooh, he has an obsession with honey. Winnie the Pooh does seem to be a heavier bear, he has a belly, and that is because he really enjoys eating honey. Winnie the Pooh is a constant state, he's always in a constant state of being distracted and not being able to focus. This is connected to ADHD. Winnie the Pooh is also surrounded by many other characters that feed into his disorders. Many of the other characters in Winnie the Pooh also are diagnosed with other disorders like depression and things like that. If Winnie the Pooh were to attend therapy, the therapist would be diagnosed with ADHD and binge eating disorder with honey. The culture of Winnie the Pooh is a very childhood-friendly movie. Other childhood-friendly movies or shows do not specifically give characters disorders. A certain stigma that comes with ADHD would be an excuse for laziness. And for an eating disorder, it could be someone that doesn't really care what they put in their body or just doesn't care of the health of themselves. So, evidence. One symptom that Winnie the Pooh shows connected to his ADHD is getting easily distracted and how easily he forgets things. Pooh could be having a conversation with any of the other characters in the movie, and he could easily be just distracted by something else or just be very sidetracked. And then another symptom is impulsivity. So this is a connection to both his ADHD and binge eating disorder. With binge eating disorder, an example of this could be Pooh climbing up a very unsafe tree just to get to his honey. That's very impulsive, and he's not thinking of the consequences of that action. And that is why that's also a symptom of it. He doesn't really care of anything else. His only sight is to get to his honey. So something that Pooh does not show is the symptom of always needing to be fidgeting or doing something. This is very often a symptom of ADHD, and this is something that Pooh doesn't show in the movie. He does get very sidetracked and kind of all over the place, but he doesn't always need to be fidgeting or doing something. So the treatment that I would give to Winnie the Pooh is adding structure and routine to his life. This includes planning out walks with his friends and also specific time for eating meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Adding structure to Winnie the Pooh's life with both focus on his binge eating disorder and ADHD. With that being said, there is a big positive to this method. It is a non-medicated method or treatment of these two disorders. It would be certain aspects of Pooh's day that trigger his ADHD and also the need to eat honey all the time as well. So an ethical concern that this treatment might have is if we are truly helping Pooh's life or if we're just trying to help the people around Winnie the Pooh's life. So is this really going to help him with his symptoms and his disorders, or is it just going to help the other characters kind of like the people around him, not Pooh specifically? So, a broader perspective. I believe that in this film, Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, ADHD was portrayed correctly, but binge eating disorder I feel was not. So the creators of Winnie the Pooh gave him the symptom of ADHD and they showed them very clearly, and it was very bold. When someone is describing ADHD, it's kind of shown through Winnie the Pooh. But I also think that it's portrayed well because of the reaction of the other characters around him. So you can also tell that Pooh has ADHD just from how he interacts with other people or how other people are reacting with him. Now, I don't believe that the binge eating disorder was portrayed correctly, because I feel that the binge eating disorder has a very much of a deeper meaning, and ADHD does as well, but I feel that binge eating disorder, it kind of was just shown with Pooh eating a lot, and he likes the taste of honey, so he just wants to eat it, which is correct, but I also feel like they could have expressed it of the guilt that people do get after experiencing a binge eating episode. That's not really shown in the movie, and I feel like that's a big aspect of the disorder itself. It portrays ADHD very well, and just from my perspective, it does not portray binge eating, just from the research that I've done. And these are my reference page, and thank you so much for listening.